Hi, and thanks for logging on to the Daily DVAR HALACHA. Here's a brand new HALACHA 4 minutes for Tuesday, March 5th, 28th day of Adar Rishon. We're about 2 weeks and some change over to the holiday of Purim, and here's some more things that you have to know. Everybody knows, I think, that you have to hear every single word of the Megillah when it's read to you. And if you don't hear every word of the Megillah, then you have to go hear the Megillah again at a later reading somewhere else or same place, but the point is you have to hear the entire Megillah. So when you approach those spots during the Megillah reading where they're making noise for Haman's name or something like that, or the guy next to you is sneezing really loud or coughing really loud or whatever, or there's a kid making noise, then you're in danger of missing a word. So is it true that the second there's a loud noise and you miss one word, you could just say, "Oh, rats"? Now I am for sure going to have to come back at 10 o'clock at night and hear the whole Megillah read again. Is that how it works? Well, guess what? Not exactly. It's not exactly how it works. It's true that you need to hear every word of the Megillah, but you might not have to hear every single word of the Megillah from the reader of the Megillah who's reading it from that parchment. Really, here's how it works. You have to hear most of the Megillah from the reader who's reading it from the parchment. The other words you can say to yourself. So if there is a really loud noise that makes you totally not hear one of the words of the Megillah, then you could just quickly say that word, whether you're looking into a kosher Megillah yourself out of a parchment, or even if you're just looking into something printed and bound, you can still recite that word and quickly go back to hearing the rest of it from the person who's reading the Megillah, and you have fulfilled the mitzvah, and you don't have to go to a later reading of the Megillah. Not everybody knows that. That's great news, and I'll tell you where these things often happen. They often happen on Haman's name, because these overzealous noisemakers sometimes start making their noise before the name of Haman is said, and really they're supposed to make their noise after the name of Haman is fully said. And the reader of the Megillah should not continue until their noise has subsided. And that's where some problems happen. So if you do miss a word of the Megillah, quickly say it to yourself and go back to hearing the rest of it from the Bal Koreh, from the reader. Some places where you can't do this trick, if we'll call it a trick, is you can't do it for the first sentences of the Megillah. Like you can't come a minute late and just say, "Oh, no big deal. I heard this thing on the Daily DVAR HALACHA, and I'm just going to read the first 10 sentences to myself, quickly catch up, and I still get the majority from the reader." No, can't do that. You have to hear the beginning of the Megillah from the reader, the end of the Megillah from the reader, and if there's any portion that's like one story bite of the Megillah where you miss the entire piece, then that's also not good. You have to hear basically all of the Megillah throughout, beginning and end, and just here and there you can fill in a word if you missed it. That's how it works. Thanks for logging on, and log on again tomorrow for more. Bye-bye.